as I said, script panel. Script panel means what? The panel in which I could see all the scripts related to my project for each and every step. Say if I open any one of the steps, it will be shown over here. Okay, I could see my steps onto this screen only. As I said, this is logs panel. So what is the meaning of logs? All the logs means what? In simple terms, I could say all the operations or all the log, like if you know Java, it's system.out.println. What does it mean? System.out.print for Java and C in, C out for C and all, C out, C in, right? It works in the same way. Within log panel, I could see all the logs which I write within my script panel. Okay, and last, I didn't talk about this property panel. See, for each and every levels within my project, if I have 5 levels, so what does it mean? It means with each and every level a property is assigned. Some properties are user defined and some properties are predefined. Okay, so within the property panel, I could see the properties related to my each and every level. Okay, so within script panel, this is my, so today I'll work with project panel and we'll move on to each and every panel when we talk about this. Okay, so firstly about project panel, how could we make a SOAP project? Yes, this is SOAP based project, not a REST based project. Today I am explaining you how could we make a SOAP based project, new SOAP project, and within this it is asking me for WSDL. As I said, to test a web service based on SOAP, we need WSDL document, right? So let us see, as I have already explained you how could we find WSDL for my retail based application, if you remember from the XAMPP only, right? So firstly let us see if my XAMPP is working correctly or not. You just write localhost into the address panel, address bar, and you are getting unable to connect. What does it mean? My XAMPP is turned off, the server is turned off. So just select it from your search panel, or you could also select it from the installation directory of your related applications. I need Apache and I need MySQL, both. MySQL is not used till the time, but I'll say like turn it on like while you are turning on Apache. Okay, you could also don't turn it on. This is my Apache is running fine. Now localhost and I'm getting the screen like this. What does it mean? My XAMPP is running fine. Next, what I want a retail application. If it is running fine or not, onto my localhost, write retail, then retail.php. If I write and I'm getting the screen like this, it means my retail application is configured correctly onto my XAMPP server, onto my localhost, and to get WSDL, as I need WSDL to create my project, SOAP based project, so I use this WSDL into my WSDL here. Okay, and when I write my WSDL here, I am getting its name by default as retail. You could also change, like say if you want SOAP project 1 or any other name, then okay. What you are getting here, you didn't do anything instead of WSDL, right? You just write here WSDL of your retail application and you are getting all these operations into this. You can't understand till the time what is present within my each and every level, but we are just getting this kind of new level within my project. Am I right? So what does it mean to configure retail application onto your SOAPUI tool? What does you need? You just need WSDL of that web service, of that application and all. Okay, this is all about how could we make SOAP project, and I'll tell you how to run these all levels, but before this, for the today it's all about how could we make SOAP project. Okay, now let's talk about, yes. Yes, on, as I said, web services, if you suppose you are testing any web service, it might be present on the cloud, right, on the third party location. And here I am using as my third party as Apache. It's a XAMPP. Within XAMPP itself is a server, right? So within my XAMPP server, I have installed, I have configured my retail application. If you remember, within C, where my XAMPP is present, under htdocs, yes, see? No. Actually, this is first 3 classes are for trial. Okay, so by the evening you'll surely get all these folders and files, and also batch ID in which all the recordings from the day 1 to day 3 will be present. No, I didn't share these all folders. Okay, yes. So I was saying, is it clear how my XAMPP is related to my retail application? How could I configure and how could I get the WSDL related to my retail application? Everybody? Okay, so see, yes, everything is running, obviously it is running behind the scenes, but I'm just saying how to configure your retail application onto your local host. It's about this. Hello, can you hear me?
So, what was
Copy
the
the
XAMPP for?
existing
What
box
did
of
you
my
show
XAMPP.
that? I mean, are we using that in
This
the
is the
project or?
important thing. This is to configure. This is to load your application, your web service onto your local host. Okay, here I'm explaining you how to configure, how to run, how to get WSDL, which is coming from a web service and which is based on my own local host. And this local host is my server. Is I'm here using as my XAMPP. It's like this. Okay, and in the real time you will get the
Okay.
WSDL directly
Did you already send
from the
these
person who
files
wants
to
to
us by any chance?
do
Okay.
posting on it's on web service. It's like this. You only need WSDL.
Okay.
Okay, this is important. See,
Okay. Yeah, because I don't have everything set
this
up from your class, so I
directly
thought,
onto
okay,
your
maybe
PC, but
others. I
actually it
didn't
is
know about
present
others.
on the local host, which is again a third party
Okay.
location. When I run it, okay, let me show you. Within this, actually, just a minute, I don't have any dummy project. See if this is my project, and when I write,
I mean, I don't see the connection yet, but I'm just.
let
You
me show
just
you.
said it's connected, but how is it actually connected? We
These are
don't
the
know that,
levels
right? I
which are
mean, back
present.
behind the scenes, what's happening, we don't know that yet.
It's an entry level, but for the time, see, this is my SOAP request. Just concentrate onto this request. When I write, when I mention here, I want SOAP based request. What I am getting? I am getting the various links
Yes.
on which I have to map my that step. See here, I got get all categories, get all products. These all are what? These all are the services which are actually provided by the server, right? And these services I am getting from where? I am getting these all services from the WSDL only. Okay, say if I want, this is the simplest one. I'll tell you how to cover the other one also, but just to show you, this is my this kind of request I will get when I map it to login request. And here can you see, as you are saying, everything is present locally onto within a folder. Just to show you, say if I use password and username like this, I don't know if it is correct or not. Say the
So in
person
this
is
case,
supposed to
everything is
log in
on the same box,
and
basically, right?
mention
We
his
are not calling
username and
anything
password like
remotely,
this
but
and try to run it.
all the project files and everything is local,
What
right?
I am getting? What I am getting? This is my response. What I am getting? Not able to log in. What does it mean? The person who just entered is the wrong one, right? And see if I write the correct username for this. The correct username for this is like this, and the password is. See if I run it. It is running. From this you could, okay, here I am getting the status as logged in. What does it means? it means only for the username and password, which is here, which is the correct one. I'll get the response, I'm able to log in, and my like the role with which I am just logged in is my customer. So I could say this is actually present onto my third party location, which is XAMPP. Okay, and if I don't turn it on, then I'll not get the WSDL, it will not run like this only. Say if I stop XAMPP server, I stopped it, what does it mean? My third party location is not working. If I run it, these all are the possible cases, maybe you are not able to understand. It is giving me SOAP response failed. I'm not getting anything because my third party location is not able to connect with my on PC. Actually this is based on my local host, but at third party location, which is only, hello, can you hear me? Okay, just a minute, I think there is, so within this htdocs retail is present. Let me show you if you are asking. Within this Excel file, these all are the functionalities which a retail application could perform. Okay, but we don't need to understand these all things for the time. Okay, here I am just explaining you how does WSDL could be configured. How, look at this, look at this. So when I just enter the WSDL, when I am just while making my SOAP project, I just copied the WSDL, and I am able to get all the functionalities which could be performed by this particular application. Just get this point. If you want to test your web service based on SOAP, you will get WSDL and you will just copy the WSDL into your SOAPUI, and you will be able to see all the functionalities of that particular web service. It's like this, and then everything will be done after this only. Okay, just look into that content which for the time here this is, yes, say. See here, it's like this. Just a minute. When you get any web service to test, you will get the WSDL document related to this. You need not to copy that
Yes.
folder or any that web service into your XAMPP. It will be present onto the third party location, and here XAMPP is actually acting as a third party location. I think you don't know anything about
Yeah.
XAMPP. Just a minute, let me, Pawan, can you hear me? Just Pawan, can you hear me? You just
Okay. Oh,
messaged me like voice is not clear. Is it clear now? Okay, now say what's your problem, what you say? Say. Okay, say.
yeah.
Yes, I'm able to hear you, say. This is not possible to get the real-time web service. Here I explain, I create my own web service named as retail, in which I explain how each and every like for this I'm using this, how all the services which are
Yeah.
present my
Okay.
on retail application, how it is running, how it is related, how could I test it. See, the scenario will remain
Since some
same.
of
Only one most important thing, you need
since some of us are not familiar with XAMPP, that's why, and since you already had a pre-built application which you just deployed, that's
and
why,
WSDL will
you know,
come
if
from
I
here,
guess we are trying to connect the dots, like see
from
how
this
did
which
this
was coming
WSDL or
from
this
XAMPP.
application appear, right?
It
So,
was coming from
Yeah.
XAMPP only, because I configured it onto my this server. Right? I hope you are getting my point. Okay, getting it or not till the time the things I explained. Okay, so it's like this. Onto my browser, I just write request http localhost as retail.php. Then I was able to connect to my uh, to connect to my retail application on which I am actually
Priya,
working, on which I want to for the time
okay,
just learn how to get the
okay,
WSDL. Okay, within SOAPUI, if you see how these all services I'm getting, just
uh,
because of WSDL I'm able to get all these services, and
Priya
then
Muthu
I'll
here.
show you,
Actually, just
then
to
I'll show you
understand
how
from the layman
how
point
to
of view,
perform
this is
for
like,
each and every
are you able to hear me?
for each and every services which are provided by web service,
Okay.
by that particular web application.
So it's
Okay,
like the retail login
then
itself. It
here
has a
then
request and response, right?
one more
Saying
thing
that
is
if I
like
enter
how
A, it
this
has
SOAP
like
request is
multiple.
running. If it is not working, this is only for the case of my see here, this is only for the case of my retail login. Say if I make one more, instead of making, let's do one thing within this, I'll make one more test step and say if it is category. These are actually functionality behind my application. Okay, here can you see, it's like this, various operations could be performed on which I could map it. Okay, I'm getting this kind of request. Is this same request as with this SOAP request based on my login? No, this is for my username and password. Is it clear? This is for only for my login. Say if I enter this category in which I do map it to my ad
Yeah,
category.
it's clear.
Okay, just concentrate now. Here I am getting two parameters which I could add. First one is the session ID. First one, and the second one is the username. What does it mean? Only if I did enter here correct session ID and correct username related to my that session ID, only then I'm able to run it. Okay, actually these all concepts should not be covered today. That's why some people face problems, like they are not able to understand. These things are not covered today. It's all about how could we configure WSDL, how to run retail application onto your browser. It's about this only for the time. I'm sorry, I can't explain anything more, because after class people will ask me like we are not able to understand. The people who don't know anything will face some problems. I'll clear your each and every doubt when we'll move on to next classes after I think within 7 to 8 days you'll be comfortable with all of your questions, like what does it mean. Let me go for next topic. Is it fine? Okay. Yes. Okay. Just one difference, I am just configuring my application onto my local host. See, when you just want to test your web service based on SOAP, you'll get WSDL document, that's it. Just concentrate onto this part now. If you want to test your web service which is based on SOAP, you need this WSDL. You just okay, this WSDL. You'll just yes, this WSDL, and just with the help of the WSDL you'll surely okay, why I'm not getting WSDL, why it is unable to connect, because surely my ZAMP is turned off. Yes, firstly I'll turn it on, and yes, ZAMP was should be started. So here I'm saying, like, this is a practical example. This is application which is running fine. This is I didn't do anything. I'm just saying that it is configured onto third party location, and here I'm using it as XAMPP. Okay, and I didn't open it from my PC. I just enter it in the browser. What does browser means? Browser means as an end user, I'm explaining from the end user,
Priya,
I'm
maybe Muthu
requesting
here.
that
Actually,
okay,
if you
when
give
you are
a
getting your
lifetime
SOAP,
example,
you're
right, people
getting
can easily
response from the
understand. Saying
service,
that, like, you have
and
a
from
PayPal,
copy of any
saying that the
server
PayPal,
application
whenever you pay through
anything.
any of the
Just
retail
need to
websites,
know, like
PayPal is a service, web service we are
just
getting from
need to
PayPal.
respond
It's a
that
digital
WS.
document, and front end retail anything you
Just
can
need
take
to
eBay or Amazon, anything is a front end, right?
This is a
So
second
they are
example, which is actually configured onto the XAMPP. This is not possible to take the different example for each and every time. Say, as you are saying, get the example for PayPal and eBay as a front end. See, this is actually not in my hands, right? Yes, it's like this. WSDL, yes, yes, yes. You just need WSDL document. Don't even the document. You just need this link. With this, you are able to. You could like do anything with this particular retail application. It's like this. Okay. So when I just copy, yes, no. Within a document, you will
XAMPP
see
needs to be
everything.
done.
You will get everything, all the services which are provided within a WSDL. See, am I getting here uh, anything related if you have more than one WSDL? No, we don't have more than one within a single WSDL. It is a unique, you could say. WSDL is unique for each and every web service. Okay? Hello? Yes. No, I'm saying that for each and every application there is a unique WSDL. It means only single WSDL for yes. Within a WSDL, each and every services provided by your server will be mentioned. Okay, as I explained, WSDL contains all the services which are provided by the server as a third party location. It's like this. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
any other doubt? Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask me after class or within the class also. Now, it's what is REST, WADL, and URLs. Let me explain you about I think it's done
Okay, got it.
in
Yeah.
SOAP project.
So the W the visual is the main
We'll get to know the
thing,
levels
right?
of
If you get the visual URL, I think you can do everything. Request and
we'll come to
response,
that
everything will be
point
good. Yeah,
when
I got
we
it.
reach at that point. Okay, now let's talk about REST. REST works with WADL as I said or URLs. Okay, URLs, there are many URLs related to your REST-based web service. So I'll
Yeah,
work with
one
URLs
application can have multiple WSDL, right?
for my single application. So I'll work with
Oh, is it
URLs for
only?
the case of my REST. It is not there. I did copy it to this. Yes, here. So these all are the URLs. So let us firstly understand what is the meaning of this URL. How could I say that particular URL will perform this work and all. So let's I'll firstly copy this.
Okay, got it. But what I'm asking is like like one application can have multiple
Start with the
WSDL, right?
so let me what is the meaning of HTTP? It is a messaging protocol as I
Oh,
already
is it
told
only
you.
one?
HTTP is
Okay,
hypertext protocol. Localhost 8080
okay,
means, and why here it's 8080 because for the case of my REST I'll work with Apache Tomcat. Okay, it will be applicable. It will actually be
okay, got
applicable
it.
only to my
Okay, got it.
application.
Thank you.
Localhost, it's a third party location which here I'm using as my on PC as this third party location is a localhost which is XAMPP server. Retail application REST and retail. This is actually the location. Okay, so let's talk about the various uh, parts of my URL. See, this is my single URL. This is the first part, second, third, fourth, five, and sixth. Till the part, say if this is this, or this, till the part in which the server, the location where it is actually present. It's not the location of my PC like it is for the case of Apache C, program files, Apache software. No, it is the location from where I'm getting everything from the third party location, which is my Apache Tomcat server, which is working onto my onto like outside my, you could say the outside of my reach. It's like this. So till this part in which I am able to see which on where I am working, it is my end point. Okay, here I'll go for some terms like endpoint. I'll use this term endpoints, or I'll use resources, or I'll use methods, request and all. Okay, so firstly let's talk about the endpoint. So what is endpoint within my single URL? For this particular case, till this part, this is my endpoint in which I am able to see where it is working. So let me show you one thing. Anju, can you hear me? Saying like how could I get to know like which is my service endpoint? Let us go for, say if you write something, say if I want to open facebook.com. You are getting this as my URL. Okay, so let us compare this URL with my URL for retail application. This is what? This is my protocol which I am actually using, and this is again my protocol. Localhost, here I am getting the URL. It's like this. The URL is localhost 8080. On my port 8080, my Apache server is running Apache Tomcat, and I am getting everything from that point. So for this case, facebook.com is the endpoint for this particular URL. It's like this. Till this part, this is my endpoint. So let us do one thing. If I logged it into my account, it is giving me that this is wrong status and all. And if I copy this URL now, if I do any change, if I just click even on any other location, I'm able to reach at some other location, right? So what does it, till this part, if I enter the wrong username, it is giving me facebook.com, which is correct. After that I'm getting some more links. So these are what? If I am within the same URL, if I am within the same location, the same website, till the part which is common, is my what? Is my endpoint. So for the case of my Facebook, till this part, this is my endpoint. So how could I get, like, if it is my endpoint, the part which is common? Okay, say if again I mentioned here recover your account, and then I am getting the URL like this, right? So again, till this part, this part it's common. So from this is, after this, the part which is coming after the endpoint is the resource, and there are multiple resources. You will say this is my first resource, second resource, third resource. So I have multiple resources for my single endpoint. Is it clear? This is my endpoint, and I have multiple resources related to my endpoint. It's like this. So what I could say is this is related to my single endpoint. I have multiple resources. I say this is R2. Here it's R2. It's R2. It's R3. So it is very simple. For an endpoint, multiple child resources are there. Is it clear, the concept of endpoint? The URL part which is common for many links, which are present under the same website. Is it clear? Then I'll move on to resources. So okay, let's talk about some other URLs which I'm getting, so that you can also compare these all URLs with your retail application on which we will work actually. After login, and save. Here I'm just using 3 URLs. I could use more than 3 also to compare. So which part is common? Hello? Yes, till this part it is common, and you could also say till this part it is common. So for the I think Anju, can you hear me? Anju, can you hear me? So
In the point URL is common here.
Now I can hear you.